Now, will be required to find the seventh term of a sequence. Well, it's usually easier for us to actually find the first, if it tells us to find the first four values or like something that is in a flow. But when we have to find an abrupt number, an abrupt value, so like we have to find specifically the seventh term of a sequence. Well, how do you deal with that? Well, we have been given in the question that the first four values, the first four terms in the sequence, and we have to find the seventh term in this same sequence. So, how do we deal with this? A1 is obviously 2, A2 is obviously 6, A3 is obviously 11, and A4 is obviously 17. That is all we're given. So, A1 is equal to 2. And we have to find the relation between A2, A and A1, and then we have to find the same relation between A3 and A2 to find an actual pattern. So A1 is 2. So 2 plus 4 is equal to 6, right? So A2 is 2 plus 4. And A3 is 6 plus 5. A3 is 11, and 11 is equal to 6 plus 5. So basically, you can actually simplify this down like this. Draw these, I don't know, curves or arches, basically, like this. The difference between 2 and 6 is 4 plus 4. The difference between 6 and 11 is plus 5. Oops. The difference between 11 and 17 is plus 6. And now you can see a pattern between these three, 4, 5, and 6. So like, see this, A4 is equal to, A4 is 17, and that is 11 plus 6. So now you can see these numbers, 4, 5, 6. So obviously, A5 would be equal to, well, 17 plus 4, 5, 6, 7. So it would be equal to 17 plus 7. And that would be equal to 24. So, see this? Now, A6 would be, right, 24 plus 8. And A7 would be 32 plus 9, which will be equal to 41. And that is how we found the seventh term of the sequence. So, let's have another example here. Let's find rational, the seventh term using rational terms. So this gets a bit more tricky than it did before. Those were just simple integers. These are rational numbers. So let's see how we'll deal with this. We'll deal with this the same way we did with it before. But now the sequence, the pattern is a bit difficult to find. So let's see how we do it. We have A1, 1, A2 is 3 by 2, A3 is 5 by 4, and A4 is 7 by 8, and we have to find A7. So A1 is given to us, A2 3 by 2. Well, obviously it will be something like this. 1 plus 2 will give you 3, and 1 into 2 will give you 2. So that's how you get 3 by 2. Now we have to go from 3 by 2 to 5 by 4. Well, 3 plus 2 will give you 5, and 2 into 2 will give you 4. So we'll deal the numerators differently in one sequence, and we'll deal with the denominators in a different sequence. So for the numerator, you can clearly see that, well, it's being added up by 2. 1 plus 2 is 3 plus 2. Oops, plus 2 plus 2. So that's how the numerators progress. And in the denominator, well, 1 is equal to, obviously, we'll deal the 1 as 1 by 1. So to go from 1 to 2, you'll multiply it with 2. So to go from there, it'll multiply it with 2. 2 will be multiplied with 2 to give you 4. 4 will be multiplied with 2 to give you 8. So it's being, the denominator is being multiplied with 2, and the numerator is being added by 2. So A3, 3 will be added with 2, and 2, the denominator in the 2 in the denominator will be multiplied with 2. And now we have A4. So the numerator 5 in A3 be will add 2 into that, and in the denominator we had 4 in the denominator here, that will be multiplied with 2. And so we'll go to A5 with the same thing. We'll get 9 by 16. A6 will get 11 by 32. And for A7, well, 11 plus 2, and in the denominator 32 multiply by 2. So 11 plus 2 is 13, and 32 into 2 is 64. And so that's the seventh term in the sequence.